What was going on?
All I was doing is up there was the same thing they were doing with their free speech, was
Sure. I get it.
expressing my right to.
I get it. That's why I'm just wanting to talk to you. You're not in any trouble or anything. I'm just wanting to talk with you and see
Well,
see what's going on and that sort of thing.
you made contact. Somebody call you?
Well, the clinic did. The clinic called. They're just concerned. Obviously, anytime somebody. So you're recording me now?
Yes, I
Okay,
am
I'm
recording
Sergeant.
you in audio.
That's fine, and
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'm Sergeant Binkley. Okay, with the police department.
And your badge number is?
My ID number is 1736.
Oh, no badge number.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So
No, that's all I was doing, officer.
no,
I didn't realize anybody would call.
No, okay. So generally what goes on is obviously there's a concern for anybody harming anyone else at those types of facilities. You know what I mean? In terms of obviously the reason why somebody would call 911 or something is
Harming.
trying to what do you say, like recon the area to see if there's anything going on that would be susceptible to crazy things like bombings and, you see what I'm saying, shootings and things like that. You see, but that's why 911 would get called, which is why 911 was called. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, I hear too much that it's because of the world we live in today.
well, and I'm not on. I'm not on trying to take sides on anything. You got to understand that, right? I'm not trying to take sides on anything. I'm just responding as a 911 responder to somebody who would call 911 saying, "Hey, we've got this activity going on. You know, can you check it out?" That type of thing. Okay.
One activity they thought was suspicious.
Well, and I didn't get up there quick enough to be able to contact you before you had walked away. So I don't know exactly. I haven't been up there yet. I just happened to be driving to it, and I saw you walking down the creek here.
Right, and
So,
since they have them,
and they and they have they have cameras up everywhere, and so they have security there, and they have cameras, and they can see. So anytime somebody takes pictures or videotapes of that nature, um,
it's
in
suspicious, right?
right. I mean, you see what I'm saying. So
I
I'm
do.
I'm
I
not
do.
trying to give you any problems or
No,
anything like that.
and I thank you for that.
And I'm trying
this is
to.
not what I'm out here doing, though.
Okay.
People are getting the wrong impression that I'm trying to encourage encounters. I'm trying to provoke reactions.
Well, I've never met you before, so when you say other people, are you talking about officers? Or are you talking about
Well, anybody
citizens?
of authority,
Oh,
in official business, and say like who works for the public, the
yeah.
military, yourself.
I've been doing this
Um,
for 20 years, and I know there's. I mean, obviously you've got your own opinions and perceptions of police. Other citizens have their own opinions and perceptions. You know, I mean, I think I try to approach things reasonably and understandably and talk
and
to
you
people
did
just
on
like
this encounter. You
you know,
came up non-threatening.
yeah, man to man
Um,
in terms of, hey, this is what's going on, this is why I'm here, that sort of thing.
yeah,
Not a big issue.
I
But
think you've handled this situation real professional.
well, I appreciate that.
Um, I do this to raise awareness on um, people's rights, what they're allowed to do,
Okay.
and who's allowed to tell them what they're allowed to do.
And I don't
And
know what you were doing that like I say, that other than the videoing, as far as where you were walking or on the property or anything like that. I don't know all that yet because I haven't been up there to
I
talk
can
to
tell
you.
you, since I've did this, started this, I did enough research to know that uh, I remain on public property at all times.
Okay, cool.
I'm aware of my situation to the point where if I'm out doing this, I'm not breaking any laws, and I don't intend to break any laws. And um, the point where somebody says that, I can't be doing this, I try to educate them on why I can
Okay.
do this.
Did anybody talk
Where
to you up there? Anybody approach you or try to talk to you
no,
from the clinic's security or anybody? Nobody talked to you?
nope, nope.
Said, hey, can I help you? Can I answer any questions?
They
Can I
sure
ask you what
didn't.
you're doing? Nothing like that? Okay.
No, they didn't. I just talked
Well,
to
the
the.
information that they gave us was that they didn't recognize you. Obviously, they have a lot of people that they encounter, whether it's on a daily basis or weekly or something, and so they're familiar with those people who frequently go there. And I think that was one of the issues, is when they saw you, they simply didn't recognize who you were.
You really can't blame people for their suspicions,
Sure.
and I commend them for their awareness. I'm hoping by doing this, and there's a lot of people like myself who are doing it across the country that are doing this, that makes people aware of, we can do this. This should not be suspicious, regardless of what we are photographing or videotaping or audioing in public. We are allowed to.
Well, and I hear what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I agree with what you're saying in the sense of there's a difference between something someone may view as suspicious doesn't necessarily mean it's illegal.
No,
So
that's true.
I think that's the difference, is people are going to make their own interpretations of what is suspicious.
They are.
Based off of who you are and what your normal routine is, what's suspicious, what's out of the norm, and what's not. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's illegal just because somebody thinks something's suspicious.
No.
Just like maybe what you were doing, they would ask, hey, as police, can you respond to make sure
That nothing illegal is happening?
that nothing illegal is happening, because the presumption may be, well, we feel a little uneasy, this is suspicious, so we just want to be precautionary, be safe, that sort of thing. Not, you see what I'm saying? So,
Yes,
and I don't know,
do.
had you been up there before?
I'd been up there unrelated,
I was
or
gonna,
times where it was unrelated
I was gonna
to this
say-
today.
I was going to say maybe somebody else there had seen you before or something and would recognize you, but whoever's there now had never seen you before. I don't know. Like I say, that's their own interpretations of why they would perceive something as suspicious. But obviously, like I said, if you were walking around the structure,
I sure
did
was.
you go along the creek line like you were walking here, back along the creek fence?
No.
Oh, okay.
I stayed to the public sidewalk.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know there's signs at that creek, no trespassing. I'd actually been caught trespassing in that creek I was picking up cans.
Okay.
All right, now
Well, to be honest
I
with you, I
looked
don't
around.
have that area memorized, so I don't even know what exactly is posted, no trespassing or not. Like I said, I would have to go up there and actually look around myself.
it's posted.
Okay.
It is visually posted. If I was to go past that point to where it's posted, I would be trespassing, and I could be cited.
Okay, so you were just on the sidewalk.
I was on the public sidewalk at all times,
Okay.
and
All right, and never approached the building or anything. That's just normal backup.
Yeah.
I'm going to send them on their way.
okay, that's no problem.
Yeah,
In fact, I appreciate that backup, because
Yeah,
you
no.
just never know.
Yeah, and I can send him on his way and
Okay.
so forth. But I'm just, he's cooperative, and we're just chatting. He says he was up there, but there's no issues or anything. He was recording up there. He says he was on the sidewalk, nothing illegal. He didn't do anything illegal. He wasn't trespassing, anything like that. And he's recording us now, which
Okay, very good.
I'd already identified myself and explained everything. So, I mean, I don't see any. Do you mind if I get your information just so I know who you are, just in case I ever see you again? I will not give them your
Well,
information.
if I thought if it would, if it was relevant, but in this case, it's really not. It's just a matter of consensual contact. You know what I'm doing.
Right.
Nothing's wrong. We can just be on our way, and that'd be it.
But just so
there's
that I know.
there's really no
Okay.
a way to make yourself feel any better by me giving you in my name, other than everything's fine here. I've got no problems. You guys did a great job.
Okay.
If I could just
I'm going to have this officer go back then real quick and just contact the clinic to make sure that no crime occurred in their opinion of whatever they saw you doing. That
for their peace of mind.
well, before we just
That's
all
understandable.
before we all just walk away, okay?
That's
Since you're not
understandable.
wanting to identify who you are.
Well,
I'm just saying.
It's not that
Go
I
ahead.
don't want to identify myself.
I'll go do
That,
that.
that's fine. Thanks.
I'll be right back.
Thank you, officer.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
That way, because you're absolutely right. If nothing illegal happened, okay.
Well, I'm
I
not
can't-
referring that
I
to
can't.
that.
I can't force you
No,
to
no,
identify
you
yourself.
you can't.
But-
And I'm a polite person.
You seem
If
to be
it
very
came
polite.
down to really being, if it came down to it, if it didn't escalate a situation, I would give you my name.
Yeah,
But
it would. It's
I feel
only,
better if this contact went the way it was, as it's going right now.
You feel
if
okay
I can,
about that?
I feel okay about
Yeah.
being just feeling good about the way you contacted me,
Sure.
the way you conducted your business.
Sure.
You explained to me everything what you were doing. I explained everything. It was as truthful to every answer, and you
Okay.
know.
So all we're going to do now is I'll just let him contact the clinic and let him talk to the staff and make sure that we're not investigating any crime. If all we're investigating is, hey, this guy was walking outside filming and it was suspicious, and that's not illegal. It's just suspicious.
Right.
Um,
But if it makes
you
them
see what I'm
feel
saying?
better that you did, they know that you did contact me and that
Right.
you did not feel that anything was an imminent or immediate threat,
Right.
and that makes them feel better.
Sure.
I can understand
Sure.
that.
Sure.
And that
So
I've got no ill will, no ill intent towards anybody, or I was just up there wanting to make sure nobody suppressed any kind of free speech, free press.
I see what
You
you're
know,
saying.
so I
Okay.
was just videotaping the building that they were
So
protesting
okay. So
in the
it's just
context of their protesting.
sure.
And that, so
Sure.
that's all I did. So
I haven't even been up there yet. Like I said, I was heading westbound on Orem here, so I hadn't even made it to the clinic yet.
I really didn't think anybody would call. Had they had I thought
Are
I
there,
would have stayed on station.
oh, okay. Well, are there people on Bleckley that are protesting that normally do,
Yes.
demonstrating out there? Huh?
Yes, and they were cordial,
Sure.
very friendly. I asked them if anybody had been trying to impede their right to do what they're doing, and they said no. I wanted to make it a kind of a story like where two parts of the First Amendment were meeting, you know, the free speech and the free press, you know, and how interesting that might be to other people. So
So do you affiliate yourself with any specific organization?
um,
Because, we just had the demonstration up here in July, right?
right, I did hear about that.
You're from the local area, right? You're from
Yes,
Wichita.
yes,
Okay,
I am.
yeah, because and everything went very peaceful.
It did.
And,
It did. And I got to videotape a little bit of it. And I think we send a great message to America on interaction with the citizens and the police, and how it can it can exist
Sure.
in a manner to which, unlike what's happening, around the United States and that. And every encounter I've had has been very respectable, very good, and I'm actually proud to be doing this. I'm actually proud to be videotaping when I can, because of the great results that I get. Nobody has done anything to violate any of my rights at all. They tried a little bit, but I think people here in the Midwest get it a lot more than a lot of other people, where the certain situations that create corruptness are more higher and prevalent than it is in the Midwest. So you did a great job. If I'm not being detained, can I go? It's getting hot.
Well, at this point, yeah, let's wait and see, make sure what the officer has to say is that they're not reporting that you committed any crime in the sense of trespassing on their property or anything
Well,
like that.
they can't, because I didn't. So there's no way they could report that. And it's on camera. Okay.
And that's what the
And that
officer's
should have
there
been
checking
said
out.
if
Right,
there
that's-
was
Right.
So there's no way that they can report anything like that. So
But that's what he's there checking out right now.
I'm
Because I haven't
thirsty
been
and
there
hot.
yet.
All I would like to do is really get on my way. If that would be okay.
Give me just a couple more minutes until he gives me the go-ahead that no crime had occurred. You
But
see what I'm saying?
no crime had occurred because I was just taking pictures.
I know, but that's your side. You see what I'm saying? There's always two sides. When the police are called because somebody's saying something occurred. So there's usually always two sides of the story. You know what I'm saying?
But you can feel very confident that, from what you gathered from me, that there was no crime committed, regardless of what they say.
Well,
Because I've got witnesses on my whereabouts, where I was, and there's no way anybody can
Sure, but at this
report
point-
any kind of a crime other than I was just out there.
But at this point, we're investigating that. So during
There's-
the investigation, it takes a few minutes. You see what I'm saying? For him to gather the information, it takes a few minutes. So yes, as soon as he's done and says, no, nothing occurred up here. They were just suspicious of the behavior, and I say, okay, well, if that's the case, if that's what he finds out up there, then that's it. But if they say no, he walked on the property trespassing or did something like that, then that would be different.
Why? Because they could not.
Then I would have to get you identified to write you down in a police report as them reporting that you trespassed on their property. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that would be a false report, sir.
And I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying we need to investigate to make sure. In other words, if you just
investigations usually occur when there's a crime committed.
I'm sorry?
Investigations usually occur when there's a crime committed.
No, well, yes.
Right now,
investigations occur every time the police respond to a call.
Do you have any bottled water in your car? Or? I'm very thirsty and hot. I stood in the shade for you guys' benefit. I didn't think I would be kept here this long.
Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm thirsty too. Okay, and I think a lot of it's just from us talking ourselves into thirst here. Here he comes. We'll get this all sorted out. But the reality is, like I said, if it was something different, if it was some other gentleman that got reported for stealing something, and we stopped him, okay, and he says, no, I didn't steal anything, well, we would have to go talk to somebody to find out, well, what's the story? What's the other half? No crime occurred. And you don't want to identify yourself?
Well, there's no need. If there was a crime,
I would like you to, so that I feel like I completed my role in saying, okay, this gentleman, whatever your name is, explained exactly what his circumstances were. It was legal. It was justified.
I should be on my way right now.
Yeah,
I should be going home, getting a drink of water. I'm very thirsty. Am I being detained?
You're free to go if you want to go.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. You did a good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.